Spooky season settling in mid-October in the Arizona football landscape. For the campus of Liberty High School in Peoria, Arizona, the second-ranked Liberty Lions, one of the best in the nation, has to offer, and the 13th placed Saguaro SaberCats, who have the scary sights of potentially missing the Open 8 playoffs for the first time in program history here tonight. Ryan Sikora, along with Shea Garrett. Shea, number 4 team almost in the country last week in Liberty. They've been very good out of the gates, really strong. Saguaro, a team that have their backs against the wall. No 4-loss team has ever made the Open. They have a chance at 4-3 tonight with a loss against a really good Liberty team to fall to 4-4 and fall into that category of a 4-loss team.
Well, when you're talking about spooky, that is a lot of pressure on a Saguaro team to get that win tonight. In order to do that, they're going to have to really put in their depth, and they had a bye week, so they've had some time to break and maybe carve some jack-o'-lanterns. As Hill said, he got to spend some time with his family, but they have had some time to prepare for this game.
Fresh off the bye week, like you said, Mason Bray back in the team today. He'll start at quarterback. Shea got a chance pregame to talk to the head coach of the Saguaro SaberCats, Zach Hill.
I'm Shea Garrett with the Varsity Sports Show here with head coach for Saguaro, Zach Hill. Zach, you just came off of a really nice bye week. What did you guys do over the bye week?
Yeah, it was. It was nice to be able to get away from football a little bit and recover, get some guys healthy. You know, we had a couple practices over the bye week, keep crisp, and then got into some Liberty planning and enjoyed some time with the family too.
And then Mason Bray is finally back. All the fans have been waiting. I've been waiting. What is that going to look like for your team, and how is it going to affect them?
It's going to be fun having Mason back at the quarterback position. Let him go do what he does best. Play football, make plays, and we can kind of get back to some normal offense and get into some things that we want to do to get the ball to the playmakers. So it should be a fun night. Excited to see our guys get out there and let loose.
And then one last question for you. You talked a little bit about during the bye week you prepped for Liberty. How does one prep for a 6-1 team? What did you guys do?
They're a very good football team, no doubt. A lot of film and just kind of putting thoughts together and see how we can make it as tough for them as possible.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck with the Varsity Sports Show.
Again, Zach Hill, the head coach of the Saguaro SaberCats. He'll be on the radio show tomorrow morning, every Saturday, 8 to 10, the Varsity Sports Show, live at the Italian Festival. Shea's going to be there. Shea's here tonight, obviously, as you just saw her. Just a regular week of football when he had the chance to talk to you. They went about it business as usual, didn't look too much into maybe the number 1 team in the state.
Yeah, I feel like you can't put as much pressure on your team. You can't, go into it being like this is the best team. You really got to pull out all the stops, They kind of have to go into it with cool, calm, and collective kind of mindset.
6-1 Liberty, 4-3 Saguaro, 2 of the top 15 teams in the state of Arizona in just a moment here on the Varsity Sports Show, Friday Night Lights.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you. What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
The hottest show covering Arizona high school football live. Do you want to hear from players of the week and our own analysts covering all of varsity sports games? We bring you pre-game previews and post-game recaps every single Friday night, wrapped up all into one show called Varsity Live. Tune in at Varsity Sports Show on YouTube Fridays at 6:30 p.m. MST for pregame and 10 p.m. MST for postgame. I'm your host, Kyle Cooper, and I will see you Friday night.
Hey folks, J.R. Lambright here, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show. Join me every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific for JR's Texas Tales, where I share stories of Texans who triumphed over adversity and gave back to their local communities. Tune in for a bit of gritty edification on KDUS AM 1060, Arizona.
Hi Varsity sports fans, this is Shai Gara. Make sure you stay tuned for our halftime where we break down different highlights from sports locally or otherwise, so plenty of entertainment and content coming your way if you stick around with us. What I personally think is cool about our halftime show is we cover different sports, maybe some you might not expect, and a variety of different content, of course, high school football.
As we roll you back in to Saguaro versus Liberty on a Friday night in Peoria. Number 2, the Liberty Lions playing host on Breast Cancer Awareness Night. You see all the pink amenities, even the logo pinked out at midfield. Ryan Sikora, Shea Garrett. Saguaro comes in number 13 in the state of Arizona, number 9 in the 6A rankings. They've got their work cut out for them tonight, but at least they get their starting quarterback, Mason Bray, back in the team today, who's been out for a long, long time.
And as Hill said, that's going to make a big difference. I mean, they've kind of had to adapt or die the past couple of weeks with quarterbacks being in and out, different ones coming in, different ones coming out. They've kind of been put in a corner, if you will. So it'll be good for Saguaro to have him back, especially at a big game like this.
We've seen Elijah Sherman-Fox get minutes in the previous games. Will Menzel, the talented freshman, he's out for the foreseeable future. For Liberty, they've got a quarterback of their own, the reigning Arizona High School Football Player of the Year, and Navi Bruzan. 1,800 passing yards, 19 touchdowns. Saguaro on the defensive side going to have their work cut out trying to stop him and this Liberty offense.
And watching film, I feel like I got a kind of a feeling, and you talked to a few coaches too, Ryan, where they're confident that they can kind of put a stop to this team's streak and put themselves back into the competition.
6-1, their only loss in the year to Corona Centennial, a top 20 team in the country out of Corona, California. They were in control, the Lions, late in the fourth quarter. It got away from them in the end, and they sit 6-1, unbeaten against Arizona opponents, an offense that averages 50 points a game, a defense that only gives up 13 and a half. It's as good of a team in this state, probably the best team, even though that number 2 ranking sits next to them in Arizona. Their defense is daunting. The offense goes by the book. Bray and company a chance to maybe pull an upset. Not often we get to say that about the SaberCats in their history. They're going to ride the defensive performances and maybe the running legs of Jaden Matthews, who, as this season has gone on, has gotten better and better.
Absolutely, Ryan. And you're coming into this team with a new head coach, which is a big step. Normally you see teams kind of struggle once they get a new head coach. Next season will probably be a lot better for them. It's just kind of, getting back in the groove and trusting each other. Hill trusting the team trusting Hill. And once they find that happy medium, I think they'll be a much better team.
4-3 in year one for Zach Hill. He arrived after a stint at Arizona State as the offensive coordinator. He was at Boise State for the same job. He's a guy who's not felt the high school ranks too often. He's getting used to it in this kind of environment, these Friday night games, these different kind of weeks. They won last time out. They're fresh off a bye week. 2 weeks ago, they beat their arch rivals Chaparral 38-28. I think the one thing that's kind of been lacking behind with the SaberCats this year, too many penalties. They've played at times undisciplined football. Maybe the bye week is a chance for them to fix a lot of those problems.
Yeah, I think so, Ryan. I think penalties really in high school football are those little mistakes that you can't make. And we talked about it in the beginning of the season, seeing all these penalties, flags flying every play, that they were going to fix it somewhere in the season. Well, the time is now. The time to fix the penalties is now. And during the bye week, hopefully they made a lot of leeway with that.
Captain's meeting at midfield. Matthews, number 3, leads this group. Also Mason Bray back in the quintuple, or rather quartet of Saguaro captains in white, Amari Taase, and the defensive captain Trey Morrison for the SaberCats, all white with the black tops on their helmets. For Liberty, the black shirts, black helmets, white and white on the bottom. Here on Friday, October 20th. Was that 10, 11 days away from Halloween?
Super close.
One of these teams going to try and dress up as a winner tonight. The intensity and the noise set and steady.
One thing we can say for sure is that there is not a lack of passion and excitement in either of these teams tonight.
Both squads will have 48 minutes to put their feet, their bodies, their heads, and their hearts on the line.
Hi, Varsity sports fans. This is Shai Gara. Make sure you stay tuned for our
Saro,
halftime.
a chance to make a final stand in a place that has happy recent memories. Just a year ago, the Open semifinal, the SaberCats went to Liberty, trailed for the majority of the game, and in the fourth quarter on this very field here in Peoria, Devin Dampier, in his senior season, put on one of the more memorable drives in Arizona high school football history. He took them down the field, not once, but twice. They went for 2, they won the game. They put themselves in the Open 8 championship game where they eventually fell to Basha. Now, an opportunity here to maybe do the same thing against the same opponent with a different quarterback at the helm. Mason Bray, back from injury, back off the IR, as an opportunity to put himself in his own Saguaro history book.
Well, and as you said, Ryan, Liberty does really have it covered on all sides of the board. Their defense is extremely aggressive. They make those stops. Bray does have his work cut out for him, but as long as he can, stay cool, calm, and collected, as well as the rest of the team, make sure that he's not rushing any plays, make sure he doesn't feel that pressure, they should at least put some points on the board tonight.
Liberty won the coin toss. They elect to defer to get the ball in the second half as the temperature has dipped below 90. 88 at kickoff from western Arizona here in the Valley of the Sun. Jaden Matthews and J.C. Dickerson, the two back to receive for the Saguaro SaberCats. A top 15 matchup in mid-October. The season reaching its final closing points. 3 games to go for both teams. If you want to get hot, you do it now. Liberty will have Nathan Hawkins on the special teams duties tonight. He will kick it away from the 40. Time to play football as Hawkins dumps one. It looked like out of bounds, but it was just clean enough to get into the end zone, and Saguaro will start on the 25. Bray leads the offense back on the field for the first time since the game in Sierra Canyon.
This is an intimidating team to play. During warm-ups, it looked like they were doing Army training. I think the guy who was yelling at them was wearing camo pants. I mean, they are a hard team to beat.
Liberty physical and loaded in the front 7. As big of a team in the state. That offensive line that you'll see when they get the ball all of them 6'3" at least. They are large on the tackle spots. They play great ball in the trenches. Saguaro's got their hands full up front. Bray's the great equalizer. As he returns to the field for the first time in almost a month. Fresh off the bye week. It's Jaden Matthews rolling in motion. And Bray touches the football for the first time and handing it off to JoJo Clark, his H-back. Clark cutting upfield and tackled just shy of the 25 for a gain of 4.
Liberty's defense is really quick to make tackles. They kind of see where the player is going, and they don't struggle or hesitate to get to that player. It's kind of just what we saw now.
They gave him 5. Second down and half the yardage to the line to gain. It's Clark again in motion. They'll give it to Jaden Matthews, and Matthews stuffed at the line of scrimmage. There's Liberty's front 7 showing their face. They're led by Hudson Dunn, 8.5 sacks on the season. I mentioned how big they are. They're really athletic up front too.
And like I said, they do not hold back. They made that tackle quick. That was very few rushing yards for Saguaro's offense.
Game a yard, 3rd and 4 now. Empty backfield for Bray as he tries to figure it out. Time, Bray unloading downfield, second level. And it's out of the hands or into the hands of Reese Rinaldi. And check that, Mason Whitaker makes the play on the far side. That's a good catch towards the boundary. It's loud. Saguaro section on the away end, traveling well across the state from east to west valley. Cats move quick, a handoff to Matthews on 1st and 10. And he falls forward for 2 or 3.
Brought down by Cruz Ready.
Cruz Ready with a tackle, already a pace that is much slower than we're used to seeing from Zach Hill in the offense.
They're playing it a little safe, and I think it's wise at the beginning of the game at least to just kind of get their bearings, see what this team is capable of.
Bray quickly out of his hands and catching as he was tackled and pushed out of bounds by one of the Liberty defensive backs. That's Kyron Jones, who made the catch for Saguaro.
Having a 3 yards. 3rd and 5.
3rd down, medium for the 2nd consecutive set of downs. Jones, who just caught the ball at the bottom of this formation, bottom of your screen. They move Camden Siegel in motion. Bray with more time. He throws again, looks for Jones, and couldn't get on the same page. That one hits the turf, and Saguaro will go to 4th down, and the punt unit will come out. Good start for Liberty's defense.
Number 46, James Hall.
James Hall will punt it away to Chris McKivitz, the return man for the Lions.
Chris McKivitz back to receive for the Lions.
Hall's had a good season, the senior. This whole special teams unit for the Cats pretty strong when you consider their kicker, Bo Hampton. Pretty clearly good from 45 and out. Almost blocked as Hall put a booming one into the sky. It bounces in favor of Saguaro and will continue to roll and be stopped inside the 30. So at the 29, we get our first look at Navi Bruzan, the defending Arizona High School Player of the Season, maybe the most efficient quarterback in the state of Arizona.
He definitely puts up numbers, and that's something that Saguaro should be a little afraid of and hesitant of. They definitely need to learn from the first a couple of plays and how Liberty is going to be getting their yardage in order to kind of analyze and make their playing better.
Just shy of 1,800 passing yards on the season for the senior. Holds a pair of offers from Air Force and the University of San Diego. He's got 19 touchdowns. He's completing passes at a 73% clip. Those are D1 numbers from a kid who is small in stature. 5'10" on a good day, 190. The Saguaro defense will have to contain him on the ground as well. Only gave up 4 touchdowns the last time we saw them, though, 2 weeks ago against Chaparral. They've gotten better as this season has gone on. This long restart due to a TV timeout on the YourView side of things. Multiple broadcasts on this one. YourView AZ is also holding this game. They're in the far press box, so we got to take TV timeouts to deal with that. So if you are watching us here, we thank you for being with us here on the Varsity Sports Show. Ryan Sikora, Shea Garrett, rest of the production team, Dorian Zavala, Sammy Rivera heading that. Plenty of other brilliant games, as most teams had their bye weeks last week for fall break. Everybody getting into action again this week, and Liberty back out to bring the action to the field on 1st and 10 for Bruzon. And it's a flag, a procedural.
False start called against the Lions.
There's a false start called against the Liberty offensive line. We've got our ref mic out tonight. We're going to be working on that, trying to integrate it all season long. So now 1st and 15 for Bruzon in the Lions offense. Now he gets the snap. It's the same play they were going to run, and blown up in the backfield is the tailback, John Wilson. There's a flag in the backfield, but he was nailed immediately by Jonathan Gallardo.
And that's the kind of defense that Saguaro is going to have to bring throughout this game. They can't lose stamina with defense like that. That's what's going to make those stops and give them a shoe-in to win, or a cleat-in.
During the run, personal foul, face mask, defense number 79, 15 yards from the previous spot, results a first down.
And there's the ref mic.
There it is.
Got it going. It's a face mask on Saguaro's defensive tackle, Lejay Salas, and sets up a new set of downs for the Lions offense. 2 plays, 2 flags. Not even a quarter of the way into this opening stanza. Bruzon, his first pass down in the flat and caught. And still going is the running back, Wilson, as he barrels his way into Sabercat territory. Another first down. They love John Wilson here at Liberty, one of the best running backs in the state. He catches out of the backfield. They give it to him again, his second carry. And he musters 4, maybe 5, as he stayed on his feet and collected himself for 2 or 3 more. A gain of 7 sets up 2nd and 3.
A gain of 7 yards brings up 2nd and 3.
And that's why they like him, because he gets tackled and finds a way to get a couple more after he gets hit.
He's a smart player. He plays smart football.
They'll pitch it to him this time, and he gets hit behind and still ends up getting a yard or 2. He's down right at the first down marker at the 30. They will move the chains. So good enough for a first down, and they keep going just outside the red zone. They move Wilson out wide, and Bruzon in this high vaunted offense. Navi with time, into the flat, it's caught. McKivitz gets down to the 20 and another first down. So efficient out of the gates.
Liberty is having a way with their offense that kind of makes Saguaro think that they're getting too comfortable. They threw to Wilson a couple of times. He got pretty good yardage. You think that they're going to stick with him, and then they throw a different play in. And that's what makes their offense so impressive and good.
Zone buster to McKivitz, puts him into the red zone. And there's another flag in the backfield. We'll see what this one is. Should be on the offense of Liberty. Lots of motion up front from them.
False start called against the Lions.
So it was a false start. Couldn't get the ref mic on that one. Seems like it's going to be a hit or miss evening here. When he turns one way, it seems like we've got him. When he turns another way, it seems like we don't. 1st and 15, 2 minutes into this drive for the Liberty Lions, number 2 in the state. All they do is trail Centennial in that category. Bruzon across the middle, it's tipped. And it was in a dangerous spot, but Omar Lazcano was able to bat it up into the air, and it hit the turf, 2nd down and long.
I have to say that was a little bit of a missed opportunity from Saguaro. Sometimes you gotta, especially on the defense, you gotta move towards the ball. If you see it coming, you gotta take that risk, you gotta take that chance. An interception here would have been huge for Saguaro.
Especially when you're playing a team that's top 5 in Arizona. You gotta take your chances. 2nd and 15. They will keep it with Bruzon, plenty of space. And Navi Bruzon carrying it just outside the 15 to the 17-yard line, setting up 3rd and 8.
Liberty's plays are so inconsistent, but like in the best way. They're throwing it, they're rushing it, different players, their entire team is involved on this offensive line.
Officiating crew gave him an extra yard on falling forward. 7 yards to go for the first down. Feeling pressure. Corner of the end zone, front pylon, touchdown. Did he stay in bounds with his feet? He did. A beautiful throw, and Ryan Gisorio makes the catch for the first score of this one.
And Gisorio there was wide open, which is one of the things that Saguaro's defense needs to work on. They need to work on kind of getting to the spots that they need to be in. Just being a quicker thinking of a team, and a quicker team in general, just as running goes, as far as running goes and getting to that offensive player.
Hawkins on to kick the extra point. Caden Grammatico is his holder here tonight. After a methodical 3.5-minute drive, sees the first score of the game on the opening drive for the number 2 team in the state. One of the best offenses in Arizona, up 7-0, 7:32 to go, quarter number 1.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
The hottest show covering Arizona high school football, Varsity Live. Do you want to hear from players of the week and our own analysts covering all of varsity sports games? We bring you pre-game previews and post-game recaps every single Friday night, wrapped up all into one show called Varsity Live. Tune in at Varsity Sports Show on YouTube Fridays at 6:30 p.m. MST for pregame and 10 p.m. MST for postgame. I'm your host, Kyle Cooper, and I will see you Friday night.
7-0, 7:32 to go, quarter number 1. A perfect route and a perfect throw from Navi Bruzon. They picked apart the Saguaro defense on drive number 1.
Just a little bit, Ryan. I think that Liberty is just that team that, you know, you're going to have to kind of piece them apart little by little. Like the one game that they lost, it was in the 4th quarter. They lost a little bit of stamina, and the opponent of them kind of found their way in. Maybe Saguaro needs to do the same thing, just kind of wear the Liberty Lions out.
We get to see the offense for the second time here. As this one is booted into the sky and once again hits the end zone. So Mason Bray, what'd you see from him on drive number 1?
I think he kind of has to be a little more accurate with his throwing, and they need to shake it up a little bit, kind of like Liberty is doing with their offense. They can't throw to the same people, which I feel like Saguaro is a little bit used to, just relying on their same wide receivers to kind of, you know, carry their team. They need to rely on all of their team members in order to force a win on the Lions.
You got one 3rd down conversion, couldn't connect on the second attempt on 3rd and medium, and that forced the punt. They came out throwing more than I think many would have expected, with Bray his first game back since the loss to Sierra Canyon a little under a month ago. It's a Saguaro team that's 4-3 on the season, ranked 13th in the state, 9th in 6A. A little pop pass to J.C. Dickerson to open up this drive, and Dickerson trying to barrel over a defender. He's brought down by Zane Tallman. He might have gotten 4 or 5 on that first down pop. He was tackled out of bounds, so the clock momentarily stops, and it does stay stopped. They do give him a 5-yard gain. So Dickerson, who's not been super involved in the last couple weeks, getting one early.
Maybe they can hear me. That was exactly what I said, Ryan.
And Bray unloads on second down into the flat, and there's another catch and another completion for Bray. Mason Whitaker was making an out route on the far side. That gave Reese Rinaldi some space to go make a grab. 3rd and short now. I think I did hear you.
Maybe Hill and I just have a connection from him having to listen to me interview him so many times, and tomorrow he'll hear from me again.
I don't think anybody has talked to Zach Hill this year more than Shade has. 3rd and short. Handoff Matthews. Good pressure in the backfield from Liberty, and Jaden stayed on his feet and should have gotten enough for the first down.
Picks up 2 yards.
And he got 2 and got enough.
Saguaro is kind of taking it 1 yard at a time. They're not doing anything that they're not comfortable with, which I think is extremely smart when you're looking at a team like Liberty. But they're doing enough just to get to the yardage that they have to, and then they'll go from there.
Talked to the coaches pregame, and the game plan was very clear from everybody. Don't let Liberty's offense touch the ball. I think Saguaro would love a world where they have so much time of possession here this evening. Quick out, Dickerson, his 2nd catch of the game. JC makes a man whiff, and he carries a couple more with him. Brought out of bounds by Keon Knapp, but a gain of 8 for Saguaro's number 2 on the outside.
And it's plays like that that just kind of show the fight that Saguaro has to win this game. I mean, you see, I believe number 2 on Saguaro kind of didn't fight it, or he fought it. He didn't want to go down. And you see that fight in a lot of the Saguaro offense.
They're competing up front right now, too. That offensive line doing a half-decent job against this talented and large Liberty front. Dickerson, who's got 2 receptions on this drive, lined up at the top of the formation. Far side of your screen. They move another man in motion. That's Clark. They'll hand it off to Jaden Matthews. And on 2nd and short, it's Matthews, a big hole and another first down. Cats nearing midfield.
And that was a big play for Saguaro, not only when you're looking at yardage, but maybe just the confidence of it, giving them that feeling of, maybe we can do this. We can be competitors to the Liberty Lions.
Coaching staff also felt like they were the best team Liberty had played to this point in the season, and that feels kind of crazy when you consider Liberty's only loss is to Corona Centennial out of California, one of the top 25 in the country. Bray downfield, that's batted at the line of scrimmage. Big paw up there from the defensive tackle, Ben Bryant. That's confidence, though, from Saguaro to feel like, hey, we are actually the best team that this group that we're playing against has seen this year.
When we're seeing Bray kind of get the ball, and as soon as he gets it, he throws it or he passes it to get rushing yards. He's not hesitating to make these plays, so you do see that confidence kind of throughout their entire team.
They feel very composed through the gates. Jacoby Spence in motion. That's a forward pass, and Spence is lifted up off the ground. Well ran off the edge by Owen Dalton, and they go nowhere.
And he did a little flip there. That was kind of impressive. Maybe he should be on the sidelines with cheer if the whole football thing doesn't work out. That was kind of an impressive flip, I have to say.
I don't know if he did it on purpose.
I don't think he did. He's now off of the field. That did look like it hurt a little bit on the ankle.
Crouched on the ground on the Saguaro sideline. 3rd down and 12 for Bray. Feeling pressure, escaping away at first. Mason Bray, can he leg it out the rest of the way at the line? And he runs over a guy at the SaberCats sideline and should have enough for the first down.
I have to say I'm impressed with what Saguaro's offense has been able to kind of pull out here. They're kind of bringing out all the stops. We're like seeing a different Saguaro team right now. I'm very impressed with Saguaro's offense right now.
They move the chains, and Bray, who's had a boot on his left foot, for the last 3 weeks, looked pretty good on the scramble there. Into Liberty territory with 4 minutes to go in quarter number 1. A handoff to JoJo Clark, who's got room. And Clark gets around the edge and gets a pair, maybe 3.
Owen Dalton there for the Lions.
You know, they check it again, and they give him 4 or 5. A gain of 5 is the final deduction. 2nd and 5 on the way after the carry from JoJo Clark.
And slowly but surely, they're getting to the end zone. They're doing what's, I would even say they're maybe like taking some risks here with being such quick playmakers. They're doing really well as an offense right now.
They're playing quick, but also I don't know if we've seen a Zach Hill team play at this slow of a tempo at the line of scrimmage ever when you go back to his days at Arizona State and Boise State in the college ranks. That was Jaden Matthews around the outside. He went nowhere, 3rd down and 5 on the way.
It's so quick, but at the same time, I guess you're right. It's really not, because Bray only has the ball for like maybe 2 or 3 seconds, but you're right. They are just kind of slowly getting their yardage, but if it's working, why stop it?
It's quick and simple during the play when the ball is in the hands of Bray, but in between, plenty of time being taken off. Big 3rd down on the way. 5 yards to go. They're 1 for 2 on 3rd down here tonight. 3 seconds on the play clock. They get it off. Bray outside, and it's dropped as Jacoby Spence slipped trying to make the catch. They're in a weird spot. It's 4th down territory because they're probably too close to punt and probably too far away to kick a field goal. The offense will stay out there after the drop from Spence. Bray and the offense have moved well on this drive. First big intersection of this one. Time for Mason. Matthews picks up the block. Bray rolling. There's a flag down as Bray walks untouched past the 1st down marker. The flag is at the line of scrimmage. This one's coming back. It's right at the center of the field. It's a holding on the offense. And Bray scrambled free, made a great play. Doesn't matter, they'll go backwards, and the punt group will come out for the 2nd time in as many drives.
Back to receive.
After the hold, Hall will come out to punt. First one wasn't great, wasn't bad. McKivitz fair caught it the first time, and this one's a booming end-over-end punt, and McKivitz will catch fairly inside the 15. Navi Bruzon will come back out there. If you're Saguaro on the offensive end, those penalties hurt, but your confidence, you still feel like you can move the ball after these first 2 drives.
Well, and we're kind of used to seeing a Saguaro team that does get more penalties each play. So I have to say it is kind of refreshing to see that although there have been a handful, I believe 3, it's not as intense of penalties as we're used to with Saguaro.
Adjustments on drive number 2 for the Saguaro defense trying to stop the highly talented Liberty team. They need to make some. Bruzon as they break the huddle, snaps quickly. John Wilson around the left side, and he's battered down to the floor by Angel Theus.
Both teams are seeming to have this tactic offensively where they kind of go wide and then go deeper into the field. They kind of avoid all of the conflict that's centering kind of by the quarterback, and they kind of find their way around.
Bruzon unloads as he's hit, downfield shot. He was looking for McKivitz. No flag on the coverage or the hit. And it's 3rd down and long on the way.
As the Saguaro defense, you do kind of want to see that pressure being put on Liberty's quarterback. If there's no pressure, then he feels confident and comfortable with his team. So creating that pressure is going to help Liberty, or Saguaro rather. Not so much Liberty. Hopefully it does not help them.
3rd down and 8. That's the first big ball built into the offense for Bruzon here tonight. Navi with time. There's a flag on the play. Bruzon trying to work his way through, and he finds a man downfield. And he's pushed backwards. That was caught well past the first down marker by Braylon Gardner, his first catch of the day. We'll see where the flag is.
12 yards for a Lions first down.
So there was a flag on the field at the Saguaro sideline. It was a sideline warning on the SaberCats, so they pick it up. It's declined, and really wouldn't have mattered anyway. First down moves, and Bruzon, they go quick. Hand off to Wilson. 1st and 10. He budges forward for a couple.
Not only do we have a passionate team on the sidelines on the field, but we have some passionate fans out here tonight who traveled upwards of 50 minutes, was my drive. So it's good to kind of have some backing for the SaberCats tonight.
Road games are tough. You got the home fans jeering you, and you have a chance now with all the support in Saguaro scene tonight to get some cheers amongst that crowd.
Feels more comfortable when you have your parents here, your friends and family.
3-yard gain from Wilson, under a minute to go. Another flag coming out. Could also be a false start. This Liberty offensive line has struggled, and it is on the Liberty front 5. This is their 3rd false start already tonight. Second and 12 after the penalty. Liberty checking out. Empty for Navi Bruzon, rolling left, trying to make a man miss. He gets outside, he's got room to run. Bruzon will step off the sidelines, untouched. And he got close to the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd down after a 9 or 10-yard gain, and they call it 10. It's 3rd down and short. They'll go get to the line quickly. The clock is stopped, and Bruzon will check again out of this, stealing the Saguaro pressure. You can hear the SaberCat fans. Here's a handoff, and Bruzon kept it himself. Misdirection for the first down. Navi taking it again and has 6 yards for a new set of sticks. Clock will roll. Quarter number 1 is done. 7-0 Liberty. They've got the ball. They're driving here in this one. On Friday night, a top 15 matchup is as expected. Tight and tense so far on the Varsity Sports Show.
When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday.
Back for quarter number 2, a first down to bring us back. 7-0 Liberty. Following the first 12 minutes, a handoff to John Wilson, who dives to the ground and gets 3 off the handoff. Ryan Sikora, Shea Garrett here with you on Friday night. Saguaro showed a lot of heart, a lot of hustle, a solid game plan on offense out of the gates, but still trail to this talented Liberty team.
I mean, it's one of those teams that there has to be so much pressure on you. This is a big game. They need to win this if they want any postseason luck. It's kind of hard to go into a game like this. I think they're taking it pretty well, and they're learning from their plays.
Bruise on, and he unloaded down the far sideline. It's caught by McKivitz for a first down. Both teams settling in. Liberty moving with that frantic pace they love. Bruzon, a pop pass across the middle and caught. Down the seam, the tight end. And it's stripped out of his hands as well. Was he down? It's picked up by Saguaro trying to get out of the end zone. And it was caught by Ryan Wolfer, who fumbled, stripped out of his hands by Lazcano, the safety. Saguaro recovered. It was recovered by Molina. And Saguaro have the football.
That was the most insane 10 seconds that we'll probably see in this game. That was detrimental to Saguaro. That is a big playmaker right there.
There's a SaberCat down on the field inside their own end zone. It was a play action. Down the middle, they got the tight end Wolfer, who stretched seemingly untouched to the end zone. It was Lazcano who caught up to him, and Molina was able to scoop it up, and as of now, the SaberCats have the football. As we try and figure out who the injured player is down on the field, we will hang out with you, as it is Lazcano who made the play on the defensive side, being helped off the field. You see the Liberty huddle there, certainly talking through that big mistake.
It looked like it was just a cramp, I have to say, so I think he'll be okay. It is kind of still not too cold here in Arizona. We're still looking at 90 degrees, so it's probably just a little cramp. He's walking. But that was an amazing play on SaberCats.
Just a ton of effort shown from the senior captain of this defense, Omar Lazcano.
And he did not stop fighting. I mean, I was up here thinking that was a for sure touchdown. He did not stop running. He ran, got that tackle, and made a huge change in the game.
Have to keep an eye on that injury because he goes to the medical table to get checked out. They're stretching out his right leg, working on his calf or his hamstring, it appears. And so after the play, Liberty have to go back on defense after what was a really good drive that the Lions were working. It's still a 7-0 game. The touchdown-saving strip from Omar Lazcano. Mason Bray gets drive number 3. This offense looked much better on the second attempt to go get the end zone in their sights. And now they are stuck at their own 2. They got to go 98 yards for a score.
They definitely did not make it easy for Saguaro to get to their end zone.
They run it on first down, and that's a big gain on the back of the goal line from JoJo Clark. Gives them some breathing room, sets up a first down, and lots of space now to work with. It's already the 4th carry of the night for Clark. He's got 30 yards. On the season, he's got 140 for the SaberCats. Once again, a patient attempt here at the offensive level. Clark in Wildcat now. Gets the direct snap and he is stuffed to the line of scrimmage. Childs play up front for the Liberty defense.
Liberty very effortlessly takes down any offensive player. They do not hesitate. It's spotted down, easy money for them. So on an offensive side, Saguaro just kind of have to find a way around that, whether it's rushing further out or making those passes.
Lots of length, lots of size up front for Colin Thomas's group. He's been here, been around, been one of the more successful coaches the last 4 or 5 years in the Valley. Bray back out there on 2nd and 10 across the field, caught and leveled as he caught it was Kyron Jones, who's gotten very involved in the offense. That's already his 3rd catch. He only had 5 on the entire season coming in. He's got more receiving yards here in this one than he did the entire year coming into the night. He comes off. He's replaced by Jacoby Spence. First down and 10. 2 running backs, a handoff to Matthews, and no, Bray kept it, scoops around and slips. Read option as they fooled the defensive lineman for Liberty.
And you too, Ryan. They fooled you as well.
They fooled me every time this year. I don't think I've gotten a read option right this season.
That was an impressive play. That did kind of throw off Liberty and their confidence level of being sure what's happening offensively.
I mean, that's what the read option is designed to do, right? You want to fool everybody out there, think the running back has it or the quarterback has it, and then the other guy does. Motion from Clark. Bray with time. Unloads downfield. Siegel with a catch.
And that was a little bit of a risky play right there. Siegel was kind of had 2 players right on him. Risky, but it ended up working out for Saguaro with that beautiful catch.
It was Knapp and what seemed like Grammatico on the outside. It might have been Owen Dalton. That was frozen rope between 2 DBs, though. New set of downs from the 40. 8 minutes to go exactly here in quarter number 2. This first half has moved along nicely. Jaden Matthews punches his way through the defensive front for 5.
A gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5.
The Saguaro offense in control. No points yet to show for it. Handoff to JoJo Clark. This running game has been so effective as JoJo Clark rumbles in the Lion territory down at the Liberty 42. A gain of 12.
First and 10 for the 42.
This offense is the ground game. Give it to Clark again, why not? He breaks a couple of tackles and spins forward right at the 40 for 2 yards.
One thing we're kind of seeing time and time again from Saguaro offense is that they have that fight in them and they're kind of maneuvering around these big defenders on Liberty's side. They don't make it easy for them.
The Saguaro offensive line has competed so far through the first 18 minutes. After the 2-yard carry, Bray will unload downfield, has Dickerson, J.C. Dickerson, trying to break a couple, and is brought down on the outside by Steven Romero, 2 yards shy of the marker.
Liberty's offense never has one defender on the offender with the ball. They always kind of find a way to have 2 of them on that player. Excuse me. I'm watching these plays, I'm thrown off too. But they have good coverage once they find who they need to cover.
That secondary is one of the best in the state. 3rd and short. Quick out. They went for a slant route. There was a lot of contact. Mason Whitaker ran a good route. It was David Morin who was on the outside and got very physical. No flag from the officiating crew, and 4th down here for the 2nd time tonight. Saguaro 0 for 1 on 4th. They had that 4th and 5 on the first drive. Couldn't convert it in a weird spot. And now in a 7-0 game, they trail. Hand off to Matthews behind the line of scrimmage. And he is wrapped up by Keaton Stam. One of the best defensive players in Arizona makes a play, and Saguaro turn it over on downs.
That was a really impressive possession for Saguaro, though. We kind of saw a lot of fight in them. We saw good plays being made.
It's pretty much the 3rd time we've said that, though. 3 drives for Saguaro. They've moved it well on all 3, but have nothing to show for it. Liberty come out for their 3rd drive after the fumble on the last possession by the tight end, Wolfer. Bruzon with a clean pocket, now pressured, unloading, and he's got a man downfield. This is Gardner. And Braylon Gardner on 1st down from their own 36 moves it in to SaberCat territory, brought down at the 46.
Liberty seems to kind of like the pressure being put on them. They act well when they are feeling pressure, kind of being rushed into their plays.
That's a really good throw down the near sideline and caught by McKivitz. There's so much command in Navi Bruzon's game. He always seems to know where all 22 players on the field are at one time.
And that's something that Saguaro can work on offensively and defensively, is kind of being able to look at the game bigger picture and see every single player that needs to be defended.
Navi keeps it himself on 1st down. He's got room to run. Nunnally brings him down from behind. And the Big D lineman, C.J. Nunnally, saves a touchdown after a 17-yard gain from Navi Bruzon.
And one of the biggest things that we're seeing differing between these 2 teams is Saguaro is not as quick to move the ball.
They hand it off to Wilson as they go quickly. John Wilson stuffed backwards after he got a pair. Heavy hit from the Saguaro linebacker, Owen Pimbert.
They're moving so fast I can barely finish my sentences on the previous play. I like to see this from Liberty, though. They kind of just know what they need to do. There's no need to, kind of tiptoe around it.
The tempo suffocating the life out of every defense they play. They slow it down here now on 2nd and 6. He somehow fell forward for 2 more than he initially had. Wilson always seems to find a way. Bruzon for the end zone, wide open, another touchdown. And it is a 2nd one of the night. Dayton Welsh with his 1st of the evening.
And you said wide open, Ryan. That kind of is the biggest problem that Saguaro is facing, is leaving some of Liberty's biggest offenders, kind of our offensive line, open to make these plays and score.
First time seeing 6 this year for Welsh. And with 3 minutes and change to go, it's now a 2-possession lead for Liberty. Kick is up. Kick is true. 14-zip. 3:43 to go here in this 2nd quarter, the first half, about almost all the way there. A Liberty Lions domination so far.
Hey folks, J.R. Lambright here, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show. Join me every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific for JR's Texas Tales, where I share stories of Texans who triumphed over adversity and gave back to their local communities. Tune in for a bit of gritty edification on KDUS AM 1060, Arizona.
Hi Varsity sports fans, this is Shai Gara. Make sure you stay tuned for our halftime where we break down different highlights from sports locally or otherwise, so plenty of entertainment and content coming your way if you stick around with us. What I personally think is cool about our halftime show is we cover different sports, maybe some you might not expect, and a variety of different content, of course, high school football, and maybe some professional stuff such as NFL highlights from the previous week.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of.
2 touchdowns so far for the Liberty Lions, an offense that scores 50 a night. So far through the first 7 games, the number 2 team in the state of Arizona is 6-1 on the year, 6-0 against Arizona oppositions, unbeaten here at home in Peoria. Saguaro off to a slow start to their season and a slow middle part to their season, and that has resulted in a 4-3 record with 2 games to go after this one tonight. They're a loss away from having a 4th on the season. No team that's ever lost 4 games has ever made the open playoffs, as the SaberCats will get the ball on their own 20 for yet another drive in this first half if they want to stay above 500 and stay away from that 4th loss on the year that seems to be the calling card of teams that don't have a chance to make the big ticket in Arizona. The offense has to get going and has to start scoring, more importantly.
Saro's had their work cut out for them. They had a tough schedule, and this is just not the team that you want to be playing when it's down to the neck of it, where you need this win in order to have a postseason. It's not the team that you want to play, but I think so far Saro has an opportunity to prove themselves here and put points on the board. They're not too far gone yet.
No one's ever out of it in this state, especially with a full half still to come in what is essentially a win or go home game for open 8 playoff hopes for the SaberCats. They've never missed it. Quick out to Dickerson, his 4th catch of the day, and J.C. Dickerson slipping and sliding for a first down. Gain of 12 for J.C.
And he was met by 4 different Liberty defenders. They're very quick to find that offensive player that they need to get, and he still fought it. He didn't go down right away. He's kind of learning from Liberty's offense and fighting it, getting as much yardage as you can.
Sneaky on the outside is Dickerson. That's the way that coaches have described him in the receiving game. 2 set of downs. They'll hand it off to Jaden Matthews, who barrels over a couple. Keaton Stan leading the challenge as he brings down the Georgia Tech committed running back.
A gain of 6. 2nd and 4.
Play action. Out route Whitaker. He took out his legs. It looked like Mason went backwards on 2nd down. And he's going to stay on the floor here. A heavy hit on the far sideline by Owen Dalton, it seemed like, and Whitaker going to stay hugging the turf.
Official timeout on the field.
He went backward 3-yard line, so it's 3rd and 7. We'll take a break really quickly. It's 14-0 Liberty.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Whitaker walked off the field under his own power. Seemingly fine. He doesn't even go to the treatment table. He's just right next to Coach Zach Hill trying to get back out there. 3rd and 7. Big opportunity for Bray in the offense, who lost track of time and no idea what was going on.
Timeout.
Saguaro take a timeout. We just took a break, so we'll stick around. It seems like Zach Hill was arguing that they couldn't see the play clock, but they wasted timeout with 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. It's 3rd down and 7. You got to dial up your best play.
I think that best play might be just shaking it up a little bit. Liberty's really good at kind of seeing the big picture and finding what needs to happen defensively. If Saguaro can kind of pull something out of their bag of tricks here to kind of throw Liberty off, especially with the last 2 minutes of the half, that could be really beneficial for them.
You've got all the time in the world to draw something out here. Is there a guy you're looking at? Jacoby Spence has been the lead receiver all season long. JoJo Clark's had a great night tonight. Do you just go with what the defense is trying to give you?
I've seen a lot of good plays from Jones, and that's someone that we don't really talk about that much. He's had a couple of good catches, good offensive plays. I believe I'm talking about the right person. Yes, okay. But I would honestly go with him. He's someone that Liberty didn't have that much film on probably. We don't say his name a lot. He doesn't have a lot of plays. He's kind of someone you can pull out of the bag of tricks.
Doesn't seem like Kyron Jones is out there. Dickerson, Siegel, Whitaker. All the receivers with Jacoby Spence too. 3rd down and 7. The running back Matthews. They'll go for J.C. Dickerson. He's got it. J.C. Dickerson crossing midfield on 3rd and long. And right there's a play that Saguaro might come and look at and say that might be big in the grand scheme of this one. They might have the ball to end this half the way it's going, under 2 to play. They go quick. Quick out, and it's caught. Hitting the floor is Whitaker. Gain of a couple.
Saguaro seems to be kind of adapting Liberty's ways offensively. We're seeing these quick plays. We're seeing, not a lot of time to think. They're kind of element of surprising the Liberty Lions.
Clock keeps rolling, 90 seconds to go. Bray's gonna keep it, have plenty of room. It's pushed out of bounds on the far side. Good tackle from Steven Romero, and he's got the first down. Clock stops at 1:28. Saguaro started the game with the football, so Liberty will open the second half with it. That affects your play calling the rest of the way in half number 1. Cats with a touchdown would get within 1 score. Bray with time, unloads for Jaden Matthews, and his running back had nowhere to go as he's shoved over, stayed on his feet, but a foot. So it's going to be still be 2nd down and 10. Stayed in bounds, clock is ticking, almost to 60 seconds left. Bray feeling pressure across the middle. It was tipped as he threw it. Was trying to find Whitaker. That was well done in the second level by Caden Branston. And it's 3rd and 10 now. 10 yards to go. They've got to get to the 25. Bray, downfield, it's caught. And room to run for Siegel. A first down and more. Inside the red zone for Camden Siegel, the tight end.
This is one of those pressure points that Saguaro has kind of been building up for. There's 50 seconds on the clock. They don't have a lot of time to kind of make a game plan here, but this is the time to prove that they can be a worthy opponent of Liberty.
18-yard gain moves him to the 17. Clock stops as he got out of bounds. Bray, empty backfield, clean pocket, going for Whitaker and overthrew him on the back pylon. That was the first real shot downfield we've seen from Mason Bray here this evening. And Siegel is going to come off the field after his big catch and take a breather. Spence Rinaldi and then Dickerson out there. They're the receivers with Whitaker. Matthews the tailback, 2nd down and 10. Inside the red area. Bray downfield, and it got tipped again. That's the 3rd time today. The ball's been batted at the line of scrimmage. It's another one for Branston.
Liberty has been close a couple of times to getting a pick six, getting that interception, and that's the last thing Saguaro wants as a team, to give Liberty another opportunity to score.
They got a first down on their last 3rd and long. Basking in the opportunity, a chance to get themselves within a possession before the break. Bray, as Liberty bring pressure, Mason tucks and runs and is stopped short of the first down. He gets 4. It's 4th down and 6. Do you take your points here? Do you go for a touchdown? And it seems like Saguaro want to take their time and think about this one. A big spot right at the end of the first half.
If it was me, if I was Coach Hill, I would definitely go for the touchdown. I mean, this is kind of one of those things where you have to be willing to take risks enough to kind of build your team's confidence up, build the points up. This is kind of one of those opportunities early in the game, end of the half, you know, to kind of prove that your team can score.
You're playing the number 2 team in the state of Arizona. Risks are required. In this kind of atmosphere on the road in the northwest part of the valley here in Phoenix. That being said, play devil's advocate. Points are nice to look at on the board and something to take into halftime, knowing you got something out there. Probably pretty important.
But the feeling of that you could have done more is another on the other side of it. You don't want to go into the locker room feeling like you could have done more on the field in the first half.
Liberty start the second half with the football. SaberCats taking plenty of time for what might be, to this point, one of the biggest play calls, if not the biggest play calls in this season for Saguaro. 4-3 on the year. A loss tonight puts them at 500 with 4 losses. No 4-loss team has ever made the Open 8 playoffs, the big ticket in Arizona high school football in the start of this decade. Empty backfield for Bray. His running back, Jaden Matthews, lined up all the way at the top. It's 5 wide for the Cats on 4th and 5. And Liberty got a look at the set, and they want to call a timeout and take a chance to set their defense up as well.
And this gives Saguaro kind of another opportunity to perfect their play and what they're going to do and make sure it's the right choice and that it's well known by everyone on the team. It's giving them more time to have a well thought out play.
All things considered, when you come into this game, not many people gave Saguaro a chance. 6-1 Liberty, undefeated at home. Their only loss to a top 20 team in the country, Corona Centennial out of Corona, California. An offense for the Lions that puts up 50 points a game, a defense that only allows 13 and a half. SaberCats have held the ball, played disciplined, strong, tougher football than we're used to seeing them play so far this year. And now, a chance to knock at the gates. From the Lions 12 on 4th and 5, Liberty changes their defensive set to match Saguaro, who come out in the same look. Best on best to end the first half in Peoria. Bray, clean pocket, now feeling pressure and being backed away. He is dropped, he slipped. It's Keaton Stam off the edge. And for the third time today, Saguaro can't convert on 4th down.
That's got to be a little bit of a hard pill for Bray to swallow. There was a lot of pressure on him just now, and one of the things about being a quarterback is you have to be able to act on pressure and kind of thrive on it. I mean, we're seeing a Liberty quarterback who seems to honestly like the pressure being put on him, and then we're looking at Bray, who kind of needs to take that in and be okay with pressure and not get too panicky.
He had nobody open in the secondary. It was a good job initially from the front, but Stam came late. And with 31 seconds, the way Liberty's offense moves, they could be in for a score before we get to the halftime spot. Lions, Bruzon with time. He tucks and runs, has a blocker, and here goes Navi Bruzon past midfield. And the best quarterback in this state rides the wave and carries his team into SaberCat territory.
There are things that Saguaro knows about Liberty. They know that they have a strong offense, they know they have a strong defense. The one thing that maybe they weren't expecting are these kind of trick plays that they were all very far out. They weren't preparing to defend right there.
Bruzon with 20 seconds left. Navi rolling to his left across the field and caught. It's Wolfer, his tight end. He's got space, and he's dragged down at the 30. Second catch for Wolfer. Angel Theus on the tackle. They're in field goal range already, and a timeout for the Lions. They want to stop the clock with 11.7 to go. That's Wolfer making a big-time catch to beat the zone, the tight end.
Well, and you're totally right, Ryan. You said that given the little bit of time, Liberty can still score. This half is not over, and I think you're absolutely right there. I do see that the potential that Liberty could make a touchdown, get their extra points here, put some more numbers on the board before they walk off the field for halftime. But in order to stop that from happening, Liberty has to, or Saguaro rather, kind of has to be looking at the game on all fronts. They have to bring all of their stamina from their defense up right now. This is the time to make those changes.
2 plays, 20 seconds, 50 yards, and a timeout. That's this drive so far for the Lions.
The Lions move that ball incredibly fast, especially comparatively to Saguaro. They did what Saguaro did in one possession within 10 seconds of the last half, or the last quarter for this half.
For the Cats, can you get a stop? There's maybe 2 plays left in this first half. Bruzon, a clean pocket. Gonna run it himself, and he's gonna stay inside. He's brought down shy of the first down. Liberty used their final timeout of this first half with 4.8 to go, and now you have a choice to make here. It's not much of one. Field goal makes it a 3-possession game, and it looks like that's what's gonna happen. Colin Thomas will do the math and say, hey, touchdown, 21. Still 3 possessions. Field goal makes more sense, 17, but it's still 3 possessions here.
The kids in front of us are making better predictions than I think I have. I'm listening to them, and they're like, I think he's going to kick it. I think he's going to do this. It's a good atmosphere tonight on the away side, Saguaro side at Liberty. They're playing good music too. I have to say, I am enjoying this game, and I would enjoy it a little bit more if Saguaro can bring up their defense right here.
They've got a chance. They need a special teams play. Hawkins, the place kicker. Snap, hold, both good, and Hawkins up and through. There's a second left in this first half. It's 17-0. And now for Saguaro, it's pretty much as easy as go to halftime, find your adjustments. Can they claw their way back into this football game, 17-0, in all likelihood at the halftime?
They're definitely going to have to kind of put everything into perspective, see what they can do. One thing that we are kind of seeing from the Saguaro team here today is way less flags being thrown. I hope I'm not jinxing myself, but we are seeing a more kind of aware team of penalties. There haven't been flags on every play like we've seen in the past with Saguaro. So at least that's one thing that they won't have to talk about during halftime. I know Hill's normally used to that, some penalty talk, but that's definitely not going to be in the conversation during halftime.
They're surprisingly clean in that category, but 0 for 3 on fourth down. That's the one that's really killing them. Matthews and Dickerson, the two return men for the Cats. You would not expect them to get much of a chance to return this one. It's probably a squib up the middle to bring us to the interval. Not much time left. 1.8 on our bar, but 0.9 on the on-field clock. They will squib it. They won't give it to either guy, and it's muffed on the way there. Hands team wasn't out there for Saguaro, and almost a disastrous end of the first half as it goes out of bounds. SaberCats maintain possession, it appears. And they do, and they will just decide to bring this first half to a close. 17-0 Liberty. Saguaro, not much offense to show. And that Liberty high-octane, high-tempo attack. Only 17 points, but it felt like they could have had a lot more. This game has been kind of weird. It's as close as you'd expect it to be, but also it could be worse. It could be closer. All sorts of things to digest going into halftime, Shay.
Saguaro has had way more opportunity than I initially thought they would going into this game. But you're right, they on that third down, they kind of find there's no happy medium. They kind of lose their stamina. They don't go as far as they potentially could. So that's something that they can talk about during halftime. But we're not seeing a team without fight here. It's not for lack of trying, for sure.
3-score game at the break. Liberty's going to get the ball out of the halftime interval. 17-0. The home team in this top 15 matchup late October on a Friday night.
Hello everyone, this is Kyle Cooper with Varsity Sports, and here are your Week 7 NFL picks. Starting off Thursday night, we have Jacksonville Jaguars at New Orleans Saints. The Jacksonville Jaguars have generated the most turnovers and most points off turnovers in the NFL. The Saints offense hasn't really clicked yet, despite having top talent on the team with Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, and Rashid Shaheed. Jacksonville has looked okay on offense, not as good as last season. Trevor Lawrence is a game-time decision in this game. If he plays, I think the Jaguars will scrape out the win, but if he doesn't, the Saints will win. Anyways, I do have the Saints winning this game 21-14 over the Jaguars, despite not knowing if Trevor Lawrence will play or not. In the second game, we have the Detroit Lions at Baltimore. The Ravens are the favorite to win this matchup. Lamar Jackson found his receivers last week, including Zay Flowers with his first NFL touchdown, but they have been very inconsistent. Can they keep it up in this one? The offense hasn't been high-flying and leaves a lot to be desired, especially that running game. The Lions will be without their bell cow running back David Montgomery. Jamar Gibbs could play for the Lions. The Lions are riding off the wave they had last year and are 5-1 on the season. They'll have to rely on their defense and wide receivers to pull out the win in this one without their running back. I have the Lions scraping out a win 14-10.
Then we have the Las Vegas Raiders at Chicago. The Bears will be without their star quarterback Justin Fields this week, and without one more win on the season. I think the Raiders will take the win here over the Chicago Bears. The Bears have been bad on both sides of the ball all season long. Despite not knowing who will start at quarterback for the Raiders, they will win 28-14 over the Bears. The Cleveland Browns will be at Indianapolis as they take on the Colts. The Browns could have the best defense in the NFL after they took down one of the best teams in the NFL, the San Francisco 49ers, last week. The Colts quarterback Gardner Minshew had 4 turnovers last week, and they will face a very tough defense in the Cleveland Browns. And if PJ Walker starts a quarterback for the Browns, this could be a more difficult win to pull out, but I think they will pull it out 17-16 over the Colts. The Buffalo Bills will be at the New England Patriots, and the Bills have had a really shaky season, really inconsistent, and they have not been a convincing team all year. They almost lost to one of the worst teams in the league last week to the New York Giants, and they lost against Jacksonville Jaguars. Coach Sean McDermott, though, is 5-1 against Bill Belichick. The Patriots are super banged up with injuries and definitely less talented. I think Buffalo will easily win this game, 36-13. The Washington Commanders will be at New York and will be taking on the New York Giants. As I talked about with the Buffalo Bills, the Giants had one of their most promising games of the season for them. They almost took down one of the top teams in the NFL. The Commanders have given up an NFL high 34 sacks, but the Giants are right behind them with 33, and New York will be looking to add to that sack total. I think it'll be a defensive battle, an ugly game, but Sam Howell will somehow get it done and they'll pull out a win 19-13 over the Giants. The Atlanta Falcons will be at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both teams have similar records, with Atlanta being at 3-3 and Tampa Bay at 3-2. Atlanta is ranked 4th best in passing yards allowed. They've looked pretty solid on defense this year. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers have kind of cooled down after their really hot start to the season. The Buccaneers will look to put a stop against Bijan Robinson, and I think they can do that. But can they control the other offensive threats that the Falcons possess? Desmond Ridder will continue to throw the ball well. He's picked it up in the last few games, and they will find a way to win 24-17 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be at the Los Angeles Rams. Both have defensive stars on their team with TJ Watt and Aaron Donald, but Rams have the better offense and have Cooper Kupp back, who looks to be back in top form this season. The Steelers have been averaging just 12.6 points per game on offense, and that will not be enough to get it done against the LA Rams. I have the LA Rams taking this one 31-13. The Green Bay Packers will be at the Denver Broncos. Jordan Love has looked worse actually of late, throwing 6 interceptions in the past 3 games. But no one has looked worse than the Broncos this season on both sides of the ball. The Broncos rank last in scoring defense and total defense, and I think the Packers have enough offense to overcome the Broncos. It could be a close game though, and they might have running back Aaron Jones back, and that would be huge for the Packers. Packers will win this one 24-21. The LA Chargers will be at Kansas City. The Chiefs are back home, and they've had 9 days to rest and prepare for this game, while the Chargers have only had 5 days of rest after their loss to the Cowboys. Justin Herbert really needs to step up his game. He did not look good against Dallas. And Kansas City is one of the best teams in the league, so I don't see them losing here. I don't think the Chargers are good enough to beat them, but it will be a back and forth game. Kansas City will win 34-31. And next we have the game of the week, Miami Dolphins at Philadelphia Eagles. Both are 5-1. Definitely tune into that one on Sunday Night Football. The Eagles are coming off an embarrassing loss against the New York Jets, and their offense let a lot to be desired. It looked like in their last game that they were off. They were not in sync with Jalen Hurts, the receivers, and there's some issues there on offense that they need to address. Miami is flying high after their one loss to the Bills, and they look really strong despite having some injuries at running back. I expect this to be a high-scoring game, back and forth. Dolphins will win this one 27-24. And for the last game of the week on Monday Night Football, we have the San Francisco 49ers at Minnesota. The 49ers looked actually human last week as they suffered their first loss of the season to the Cleveland Browns. They could also be without their stars Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel in this game. Kirk Cousins has a really bad record on Monday Night Football. He is 2-10 in these games. The Vikings will be without their star receiver, Justin Jefferson, and they only managed to put up 220 total yards on offense without Jefferson against Chicago, so that is not good for them. I don't think the Vikings have enough to take down the mighty 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers will win this game 31-13. And that has been your rapid previews of NFL games this week and my picks. Hope you guys enjoyed and enjoy the second half of the games.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity
Unlocking
Sports
the
Show.
greatness inside you deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
All right, everyone, let's take a look at some of the top plays from Week 6 of the NFL season.
Goff looking deep, wants it all. Jamison Williams looking for the ball. Got it! Touchdown! From the 7. Wilson going down the sideline for Garrett Wilson. Makes the adjustment and the grab. 3rd and 7. Blitz coming. Walker has it blocked. Lofting far sideline. Cooper. Oh, what a catch! Amari Cooper. What's going on here today? A little matchup.
Fake to Hubbard. And it's outside on 1st and 10. Oh, look at him hurdle. What a play by Tremble, who got a touchdown last week. And play to a 3rd and 6. He's 12 of 16. Lamb the block. Go, he's got him. He's got Hill. And they've got a touchdown. Cornell, 1st and 10. Miami's ball. Mostert getting a block from Hill. He explodes and spins and drives. There he goes.
Falcons get the football back. A flag is down. Free play for Ritter. Going to take a shot for London. And London fighting for it. He's got it.
Pressure coming here. And the ball is out. It's still free. And the Vikings pick it up. Down the sideline. Goes Jordan Hicks. And Hicks is in for the scoop and score.
Position Kevin Stefanski wished to be in.
Not at all. Here's Walker. He has some time. Going to walk it up. Cooper's wide open. He's got it. Makes a move. Cooper, foot race. And he's taken down at the 25. Up top to Amari Cooper. 6. Hurts facing a 4-man rush. Over the middle. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Adams. Adams on the run. Breaking tackles. Tossed down inside the 10. We welcome those of you who are watching Arizona and the Rams on 1st down into the end zone. Breece Hall.
Ritter on the slant. Intercepted.
2nd and 9. Smith in the pocket, hangs in there, throws it. Picked off. Lunging interception. Taylor grip. Brought down in Seattle territory.
With Carr. Touchdown Saints. Rashid Shaheed.
Back is Hubbard. Broken the block. In the end zone. Touchdown. Thielen.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us.
A strong scene to close out the halftime ceremonies on Breast Cancer Awareness Night in Peoria. A load of survivors that riddle their way across this Peoria Liberty Lions community, walking across the field with their players. Here on Friday night, the second half coming up. Their Liberty Lions lead your Saguaro SaberCats 17-0 at the break. We'll be back after a quick message from our sponsors. About 2 minutes to go till the second half.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
One half of football done and dusted from the West Valley, Peoria, Arizona, where the Peoria Liberty Lions lead 17-0 out of the break over your Saguaro SaberCats. It was a close and tight game in the first half. Liberty with a field goal right at the end of halftime. They will start with the ball to open up half number 2. Ryan Sikora, Shea Garrett. An opportunity presents itself for Saguaro to not back down here in this final 24 minutes of this one tonight.
This is the time that Saguaro needs to prove themselves. There is no other chance that they're going to have a successful postseason if they don't clinch this win. And there's no more halftime. There's no more breaks in the game. This is the time that they need to come back and prove that they've learned something from the first half.
Do they have it in them?
I think they have it in them, Ryan. I am expecting at least one score tonight for sure from Saguaro. I think that they have this mindset they're going to give it their all no matter what, win or lose. They're leaving it all on the field.
They need at least 3 to overcome this deficit. Knowing the Liberty offense, they'll probably need more than that, as they are still in the middle of the commencement of the halftime ceremonies here at Liberty High School. You get a chance to look at the Saguaro huddle on their sideline. They had a beautiful service for the survivors of breast cancer here on Breast Cancer Awareness Night during the halftime ceremonies, and now a live on-camera interview on Your View AZ TV. It's going on right now. They're presenting an award at the 15-yard line.
When I cheered in high school, I cheered for CDO, who was also having an exceptional season with football. My favorite time of the season was October because everyone wore pink and we all kind of supported survivors, and it was just a really beautiful thing, and all the players were involved too. It was my favorite part of cheering, I would say.
You see it right now on your screen. Again, all the cheerleaders lined up, the pink bows in the hair, a couple of pink shirts littering their ways across the sidelines on both sides. You've got Saguaro members, of course, the Saguaro cheerleading team also wearing pink. A big half of football on the way. Outside of this, there's a game to play and an opportunity. Again, we've said it already. Saguaro need to get the offense going. They need to get a stop first. Navi Bruzon, as advertised, every bit of the best player in the state of Arizona that you'd expect him to be.
As Saguaro, you can't let Liberty score here. That is going to be a huge game changer for Liberty. If you let them score one more time, you're just getting that much further from a Saguaro win.
final moments of this ceremony here at halftime. We're going to attempt a field goal. Should we call it? I think so. This from around the 15-yard line, maybe the 10, so it's a 20-yard field goal. Kick is up, it's on the way, it's way good. That was good from 30. How about that one?
That was impressive. I could have never. And I like that this is the way that we're kicking off the second half, for sure. Positive vibes all around the stadium from both teams. Something that they can kind of meet together on.
Toe meets leather, the swarm of the huddle around her. Worth the wait to start this second half. A special kick, a special moment, a special shot from Aaliyah McDonald, our camera woman down on the field. The rest of the crew tonight is Alex Harden, Marion Williams, Sammy Rivera, and Dorian Zavala up here in the broadcast booth next to you and I, Shay. The best team, and I'm going to put this out there, not to compete internally with our other interns, easily the best team that the Varsity Sports Show has to offer up out there. I don't think it's close.
No, not at all. We are just better, you know? We have fun, too. That's the best part, is that we have fun as a broadcast team, and that's what it's all about. High school football, at the end of the day, it's about having fun and giving opportunities to these younger kids to kind of have a career. But we're the same. We're also having these opportunities, so I wouldn't want to do it next to anybody else but Ryan Sakura. Is that all I'm going to say?
We're just better.
We are in many ways.
It's a statement of intent.
We just have a great production team. I mean, Sammy is the best troubleshooter there is. I feel like he could tackle anything. We have Dorian, who's learning the ropes and doing well at it. We have Ryan Sakura, who's the best play-by-play, I think, ever in the entire world.
Let's
Not
go.
biased or anything,
No,
but only positive things I have to say about Ryan Sakura across all boards.
One more half of football still to be played. Liberty's going to receive their first kickoff of the night, so Bo Hampton gets to kick a ball for the first time here this evening. John Wilson, one of the return men. As it's booted high, and Wilson will catch it in his own end zone. Bruzan starts the second half from the Liberty 20.
And that was already a better kick than we've seen in the first half. It was more depth, less height. So we're already seeing quick improvements that Saro is making.
We'll see how Saguaro shift things around defensively. No Omar Lascano in this opening drive. It's Fred Parsons who's out there at the safety spot. Cats have been without DeJean Hinton, one of their best corners all season long. And on first down and 10, it's Wilson carrying for 10 yards and picking up a first down. This Liberty offense picking up where they left off. From the 30 now, Bruzan will hand it off to Wilson again. He's smothered at the line of scrimmage and grabs a yard. Timbert makes the play. Bruzan on an empty set, throws outside, and Wolfer is tight end. That's a big catch radius. He makes the play. It's third down and short.
Forced out by Timbert.
You're right, Wolfer is a big guy. I mean, he barely had to reach up to grab that. He's, what, 6'5"? Impressive height for a football player.
Third and short. It's kept by Bruzan. He's past the marker. And Liberty stay perfect on third down here this evening. It's not the perfect offense, but it might be the most clean we have in the state.
It's a very impressive, consistent offense.
Consistent, a good word.
Well, except right now.
They make a mistake, and there's a flag that flew as well. They'll give him a false start on the outside.
False sign called against the Lions.
So Liberty false start. They move backwards on first and 10. They go Back 5. It was a botch snap after a weird little exchange. And they will run it with Wilson down the outside. John Wilson gets those 5 yards back, gives it to second down.
6 yards on the play, brought down by Morrison. Second and 9.
Second down across the middle of the field, tipped away. That's Trey Morrison. QB was on the search for Braylon Gardner, the leading receiver for Liberty. He's only got a catch tonight. Gardner came in with 8 touchdowns, 21 yards a catch, and it's 3rd down and 9. Lions a perfect 5 for 5 on 3rd down here at home tonight. Wolfer's the main target. Bruzan will check outside. Navi looking downfield, intercepted right into JoJo Clark's fingertips. And momentum for the SaberCats out of halftime.
That was a big play, and that was the kind of play that Saguaro needed to build their confidence back up after halftime, to get their points on the board. Now they have this big opportunity to score here and once again prove why they are here and why they deserve to have a successful offseason.
The work comes together, and Clark grabs his first INT of the season. Bray comes out. Cats will start on their own 40. Best field position they have had here tonight. A handoff to Matthews on 1st and 10. Jaden going backwards and escaping a tackle. And Matthews clatters into a defender. Might have gotten a yard after all that lateral running.
Matthews is pretty good about seeing a defender and then being able to maneuver around him. He doesn't feel the need to scramble once he has the ball. He kind of plays with like this level of confidence, especially heading big defenders like Liberty has.
And we'll hand it off. Clark stays on his feet. JoJo Clark inside the 30. And a couple of big plays for Saguaro. And the momentum shifts back the way of the SaberCats.
This is the point of the game where they kind of lose it a little bit. They just have to stay focused, know what they need to do, have that level of communication with their quarterback, and just have the confidence that they are the team that's going to put points on the board right now.
This is the quickest and most explosive drive they've put together. Clark, who got the interception, sets him up for 1st and 10. It's out into the flat. It's JoJo again. A good block from Dickerson. And Clark hurdles a man. And he jumped over a guy midway through the air, and that's probably going to come back. So the rule in the state of Arizona is you can hurdle someone who's diving. I don't know if the referee thinks that Keon Knapp made a diving effort, and JoJo Clark probably jumped over an upright figure, and that means that's a penalty on him. They're checking on it. It's the referee, the back judge, and the side judge having a conversation.
No foul. Offense hurdling. 15 yards from the end of the run. Still 1st down. It's a 1st down. It's a 1st down. Reset your chains.
So it's a 1st down. They'll reset the change. We got that one on the end. There was no foul on the hurdle. And Clark moves them to the 25.
The result of the play was a 1st down after the penalty, 1st and 10 from the 25.
I think they got somebody out there for a hold, and that's what it sounded like. 8:59 to go. Matthews and Clark still sticking with two running backs are the Cats. They'll hand it off to Jaden Matthews, and Bray will keep it again. The trickery continues on the read option, and Bray gets halfway to the line to gain.
Brought down by Keaton Matt. 8 of 7 on the play. 2nd and 3.
It's a handoff on 2nd and short. Jaden Matthews might have fallen forward for a singular yard. It's 3rd down and 2.
Gain of a yard. 3rd and 2.
Third and short. Bray with time. Out into the flat for JoJo Clark. It's been his drive and a 1st down picked up.
First and 10 from the 12. And for those of you who do take the concession stand is buy one, get one free.
They take out Clark, give him a breather. They bring in Jacob Brown, the sophomore, his first snap of the game. Still 2 tailbacks. It's a low snap scooped up by Matthews, and he's met immediately. He'll go way backwards. 7 minutes to go here in quarter number 3.
Brought down by Hudson Gunn. A loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 14.
Time for Bray. There's a lot of contact. Mason looking downfield is going to lower his head and try and pick up a pair. On 2nd and 14, he stepped out of bounds and stopped the clock. It's going to be 3rd and a long way to go. Third and 15 for Bray. He gives it out to his running back, Matthews. They've not gotten a lot going once they've gotten into the red zone. 4th down coming after the easy pitch and catch. And seems like they're bringing on the special teams unit. Here comes Bo Hampton. Saguaro's going to try and put points on the board for the first time here on Friday night. A disappointing end to what was an extremely explosive drive from the Cats after the turnover.
It seems like Liberty kind of gets this motivation almost when Saguaro starts doing a little bit better in their offense game. Liberty just brings out like a new form of defense where it's super aggressive. They make all these stops.
A 29-yard field goal. Snap and hold are good. Hampton, he's got a big leg. He's good from 45. And he pushed that one right through the uprights. For the first points for Saguaro in this one, 17-3, under 6 to play in the 3rd quarter.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
The hottest show covering Arizona high school football, Varsity Live. Do you want to hear from players of the week and our own analysts covering all of varsity sports games? We bring you pre-game previews and post-game recaps every single Friday night, wrapped up all into one show called Varsity Live. Tune in at Varsity Sports Show on YouTube Fridays at 6:30 p.m. MST for pregame and 10 p.m. MST for postgame. I'm your host, Kyle Cooper, and I will see you Friday night.
SaberCats on the board halfway through quarter number 3. Ryan Sakura, Shea Garrett on a Friday night from Peoria. The second turnover forced today by a SaberCat defense that hasn't had a ton of them this season, and they get their first points of the night on a Bohampton 29-yard field goal. They got to get another one. They've got points on the board. They're now within 2 possessions. They've just got to keep clawing their way back into the game.
And there's still time with that, Ryan, but not much. They have to kind of make a change now, get a stop here, become more aggressive defensively.
As they boot it away, it's dropped and pounced on immediately, but that was almost a disaster for Liberty, who've had a slow start. Bruzon throwing his 6th interception of the season. And the SaberCat defense, fresh off a JoJo Clark pick, come right back out.
First and 10 for the Lions from the 24-yard line.
Brought down. Loss of a pair. So, hey, there you go. A couple of negative plays now. Saguaro's defense is pretty stout to start the second half. There's a player hurt and a lot of struggle. JoJo Clark is C.J. Nunnally, talented defensive lineman. Christian coming to the sideline and getting set. Call Bruzon's loss, a 3-yard loss. He'll keep it again and get around the edge. This is a gain. And he's down shy of the 30 on the carry.
Brought down by Spence. He had 7 yards.
Take it on, 2-6.
Not only right to the medical table and right back up to the sideline trying to get back out there.
No, he good. He good.
Third down, 6 yards to go. Saguaro got a stop last time. Bruzon, a running back to his left. Motion from McKivitz, the receiver, and now the steps off. Saguaro like this set. They like their chances. They love their odds. Third down and 6 to go. Bruzon looking outside, wide open receiver and caught, stepping out. A little pitch and catch with Jesse Oro. And a first down.
Forced out by Murray. A gain of 17 yards. And a
One thing
Liberty
about
first down.
Liberty's offense that just makes them so good is they get yardage very quickly with their passing yardage rather than rushing is where they're more successful, and Saguaro needs to find that happy medium.
Prior to the snap, full start. Offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty.
There's a false start. Another one, 4th or 5th today for Liberty. This offense has been jumpy up front. We are under 5 to play in Q3. Liberty scoreless in this third. Saguaro with that field goal off the interception from Clark. First down. And 15 yards to go to the sticks. It's a healthy gain from Johnny Wilson. He got 7. It's 2nd down and 8. Second down, Bruzon stepping upfield, unloading and caught. There goes Liberty into enemy territory. Saguaro trying to make a play defensively, and they blow it dead. And a massive catch from Braylon Gardner. And finally, the Lions' leading receiver wakes up.
33 yards for the Lions. First down.
Wide open, another one, and just a frustrating couple of possessions. And a couple of miscues defensively has taken the air. Just off this sideline, out of this broadcast booth, and it's 1st and goal after the 20-yard gain for McKivitz. There's a flag. Clark was in the
legal
backfield.
substitution. Legal substitution.
Get a chance to hear the refs conversate rather here in the huddle. Sounds like a legal substitution.
No, he's walking back.
I think the refs are wearing red and black tonight. Hey, I think the refs are wearing red and black tonight.
Prior to the snap, offside, fence, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Offside on the defense. They go half the distance to the goal, as the referee says. You get a couple of chants from the SaberCat crowd thinking the refs are wearing red and black here this evening.
We do have a passionate audience in front of us.
He's got half of it right. They are wearing black.
Yes, they're not completely wrong there.
1st and goal from the 3 now. And there's another flag. This one's going to be an easy false start.
Prior to the snap, full start. Offense, number 72, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So they go backwards 5 yards, a couple of flags and a couple of possessions, and they get Cameron Uresti for that one. And Saguaro's going to take a timeout. 2:56 to go in the third quarter. A 17-3 game. Liberty knocking on the door.
Hey folks, J.R. Lambright here, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show. Join me every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific for JR's Texas Tales, where I share stories of Texans who triumphed over adversity and gave back to their local communities. Tune in for a bit of gritty edification on KDUS AM 1060, Arizona.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
First down and 6. Inside the goal-to-go scenario. Coming out of a SaberCat timeout, the fans getting loud.
On that note of fans getting loud, I think I need to invest in a bell. This lady in front of us is making it look so fun.
Bruzon, they run a trick play. Here goes Navi, and he's going to be shy of the goal line. Can't break the plane, and that's a 2 or 3 yard gain. I think it's 3, and he's going to be 3 yards shy. Third down. Or second down, rather. 2nd and 3.
Second and goal from the 3.
Wilson, the running back. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bruzon, keeper, around the edge, in. He high steps his way for 6. And it's back to a 3-score game. Extra point away from a 3-touchdown ball game. The number 2 team in the state, maybe the number 1 team in the state. Use the eye test. Liberty's on top. Just a dominant performance against Saguaro here. A SaberCat team that has long held a historic place in the Valley, still does, but this year, the first year of the Zach Hill era, has taken a stark step back in 2023. 24-3, Saguaro still a lot to play for in this one. It's not quite over yet, but the chances looking low.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed?
Navi Bruzon touchdown run from 3 yards out. Has it as a 24-3 game with 2 minutes and 15 seconds in the third quarter. From Peoria, Arizona, Ryan Secor, Shea Garrett on this Friday night. It just seems like one of those where Saguaro ain't there. They don't have the physicality, the speed, the ability to match, but down the outside for J.C. Dickerson. Flashes his speed, and he might be the best player we've watched tonight for the SaberCats. As he pushes the offense almost to midfield for their start of this drive. They won't go away yet. He's had a great game. They marked him out of bounds at the 40. That's where the SaberCats will begin the drive. Mason Bray has looked solid in his return from injury, about as good as you could have expected him to be.
Offensively, I don't know if it's necessarily Saguaro's fault for not getting to the end zone. I think it just also has to play into Liberty's impressive defense.
They hand it off. It's a good gain for Matthews. He might have gotten 7. The only real problem with the offense today, they're 0 for 3 on 4th down.
They can't seem to sink their shot when it comes down to it. But for Bray being out for so long, I am impressed with how well the team came back and kind of played together. They did have 2 weeks to prepare for Liberty, so that kind of gave them an up, but playing well with Bray back.
This is as good as any team has really looked against the Lions all year long. Cats hand it off, and Matthews trying to chug his way forward. Might have gotten a yard on forward progress, maybe 2. So they actually only gave him 5 on the first carry. He might have gotten the 2 yards we thought he had on that one. 3rd down and 3, setting itself up.
Third and 3.
This is a big play call nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. Saguaro feel like they need to score on this drive if they want to have any life in this one. 3rd and 3, Bray rolling, looking, Dickerson again. Johnny on the spot for J.C. Dickerson.
And they're still alive, Ryan. They are still alive, making good plays, but we've seen them do this multiple times in this quarter and in the first half where they get to the yardage, and once they get into the red zone, they just don't sink the shots, don't finish the job.
So J.C. Dickerson coming into the night, 3 catches for 54 yards. He's got 6 receptions. We're not even done with the 3rd quarter yet. Bray unloads. Jaden Matthews dragged out of bounds. Clock will stop with 5.5 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd down after the 2-yard gain, 8 to the 1st down marker. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Two running backs into the game next to Bray. They will hand it off. This is JoJo Clark, the menacing runner. And JoJo with room, and he steps out of bounds right at the 30. Takes us to the 1st quarter. Will they give him a 1st down to go to break? There's a flag on the play, it seems like, right at the line of scrimmage. We'll see what it is. That will be the final instance in quarter number 3. It will end a 21-point lead for Liberty.
During the run, holding, offense number 13, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, still 2nd down.
And they get him for a holding call to bring it to break, so they'll go backwards 10 yards. We'll go to the 4th quarter. 24-3, Liberty in front, 12 minutes away from a 7th win of the season.
When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
The hottest show covering Arizona high school football, Varsity Live. Do you want to hear from players of the week and our own analysts covering all of varsity sports games? We bring you pre-game previews and post-game recaps every single Friday night, wrapped up all into one show called Varsity Live. Tune in at Varsity Sports Show on YouTube Fridays at 6:30 p.m. MST for pregame and 10 p.m. MST for postgame. I'm your host, Kyle Cooper, and I will see you Friday night.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hi Varsity sports fans, this is Shai Gara. Make sure you stay tuned for our halftime where we break down different highlights from sports locally or otherwise, so plenty of entertainment and content coming your way if you stick around with us. What I personally think is cool about our halftime show is we cover different sports, maybe some you might not expect, and a variety of different content, of course, high school football, and maybe some professional stuff such as NFL highlights from the previous week.
We're through three. Fourth quarter on the way. A 24-3 lead. Number 2 Liberty, number 13 Saguaro. This top 15 matchup might not seem as close as it really has been. This is as good as a team has really played against Liberty all season long. Saguaro obviously don't want to hang their hats on moral victories. They want to win for real, but it's something to at least consider in the wide scheme of everything. They bring us back with a 2nd and 18 after a holding call. So Bray from just inside Lion territory unloads across the middle of the field for Rinaldi. And Reese Rinaldi inside the 30. Mark him at the 29, a gain of 19.
First and 10.
New set of downs after the Rinaldi catch. They move him in motion, and they will hand it off to Jaden Matthews. Matthews around the outside, ducks and dives, and gets a couple.
Brought down by Denise Morgan. Second and 8.
Try and take a shot, was looking for Spence.
Pass incomplete. Drug it up by Yamori. Third down.
Big third down, 3rd and 8. 10:51 to go. They move Clark, it's a low snap. Bray gets a nice block and tries to evade a man and does. How'd he get out of it? Here goes Mason Bray. And he did all that to get maybe 3 yards and set down 4th and manageable.
Chased by Dunn and tackled by Keaton Sam. Fourth and 4.
Fourth and 5, rather 4 as they snuck an extra yard. Bray with a clean pocket across the field for Rinaldi. And on 4th down, the SaberCats finally picked something up.
Tackled by Romero. First and 10 from a 15.
Clock ticking. Bray, a handoff to Matthews. Jaden Matthews, can he get around the outside? There's a flag flying. That could be on the defense. There was a hold on the horse collar from Zane Tallman.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 13.
They got him for a face mask. And so it's 15 more yards on the end of that one. And if you're Saguaro, scoring inside the first 2 minutes of this quarter, best case scenario, if you can plug one in now. They're inside the 10 at the 7. It's 1st and goal. A 24-3 game. Bray's going to tuck and run and spin off another guy in Mason Bray.
Bray carries.
Sticks his head into the dirt and gets a couple.
Hurry up, coach!
Bray got 2 yards. 2nd and goal from the 5. Zach Hill and the offense taking their time now. JoJo Clark in a Wildcat scenario almost slips and dives forward inside the 5. He might have gotten a yard. It's 3rd down from the 4.
Picked up by Keaton Sam.
Keaton Stam made the play. He's been quiet tonight. Third and 4, Bray back in. Bray, end zone, it's tipped at the line and intercepted. Liberty, a defensive play. A stunning bit of reach, and it's Tallman with the INT. And right as Saguaro had a chance to put themselves back in it, the Lions may have sealed win number 7 on the season.
Lions 1st and 10 from the 19.
The rest of the way is pretty much management of the clock for Liberty.
Brought down by Spence. A gain of 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
First down there. 8 minutes to go, Shea. And Saguaro well on the way to their 4th loss of the season. It now seems like very much squarely a program that's in the 6A playoff picture rather than the open picture. They figure to feature pretty well, though, at that level. Right now, as it stands, would be the number 2 seed. Maybe the number 4 seed. Yeah, it's the number 4 seed in the 6A playoffs right now. They're one of the favorites if they get into that bracket. This is Wilson around the end, and the rest of the season, when you're Saguaro and you're not in the open conversation, if you're Saro, it always seems like there's a downside to it, but there is an upside. There's still a ring in sight if you can win at 6A.
And we're seeing kind of a different Saro team. I mean, the penalties alone are a huge difference maker for this team right here. And they're not going down without a fight. They've made great plays, some not so great plays, but that's what football is all about.
Downfield, and there's a big gain from Bruzon.
Takes it out to midfield, brought down by Fred Parsons. Official timeout on the field.
player down on the field for Liberty. It's 24-3. There's 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in this one. We'll take a quick break.
Hi Varsity sports fans, this is Shai Gara. Make sure you stay tuned for our halftime where we break down different highlights from sports locally or otherwise. So plenty of entertainment and content coming your way if you stick around with us. What I personally think is cool about our halftime show is we cover different sports, maybe some you might not expect, and a variety of different content, of course, high school football, and maybe some professional stuff such as NFL highlights from the previous week.
What's inside? What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
Hi Varsity sports fans, this is Shai Gara. Make sure you stay tuned for our halftime where we break down different highlights from sports locally or otherwise. So plenty of entertainment and content coming your way if you stick around with us. What I personally think is cool about our halftime show.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners.
What's inside you?
(24-3). That was Caden Hakel who was down for a long period of time. He was helped off the field, the big offensive lineman who's had a really strong stretch of games up front for Liberty. A 24-3 game. The clock ticks, and under 7 to go in quarter number 4, a John Wilson run.
Wilson carries. Tackled by Gallardo. A gain of 3.
Number 13, Saguaro. Number 2, Liberty. This top 15 matchup that has painted its way into a much closer competition than Liberty's really seen a lot this year. It's been tricky. Easy carry for Navi Bruzon on third down, or second down rather, third down on the way. Owen Pimbert on the tackle. Third and manageable now as the clock continues to roll. There's a Sabercat down on the field, so they stop the clock. You got to look at the Liberty huddle going off. JoJo Clark kneeling over, trying to get a look at his man as we will take another brief injury break. It's 24-3, 6:07 to go, fourth quarter.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
We bring you back inside the broadcast booth. Ryan Squirrel, Shea Garrett. It's Jordan Kuntz who walks off the field, and he's okay. As Saguaro go back to the defensive side of things. Bruzon, a quick out.
Navi's pass. Complete to Brady Beauregard. Forced out of bounds.
Enough for a first down. Clock will stop as he's forced out of bounds.
5 yards, and a Lions first down.
And off, a new running back in as Bruzon gives it to Dominic Lombardo.
Handoff goes to Lombardo. Parsons on the tackle, a loss of 3 on the play. Second and 13.
Rest of the way for Saguaro. Tricky schedule still to come. They play South Point Catholic at home. Nobody's got to make the trek out to Tucson, and then they end the season against Pinnacle. Pinnacle and South Point both kind of still in the open discussion. South Point seems squarely in the 6A conversation. Pioneers have a chance to make the open. For Liberty, who might jump to #1 in the state after this week, you never know with the computer rankings. They have Chaparral and a massive clash to end the season with Centennial, currently ranked #1 in Arizona. Both teams should still be undefeated for that Week 10 game. We could have 1 versus 2 to head into the final week of the year. The rest of the way, though, Saguaro, again, trying to stay above 500, trying to get into the 6A playoffs in a good enough spot to where they can probably host a couple of playoff games and maybe put themselves in a good position to maybe win the entire 6A ring.
And they're not in a bad position now. I mean, we're already seeing so many improvements from just this bye week. I think maybe they just needed a little break. This is going to be a tough one to come back from for sure, but it's not impossible. They still do, as you said, have a chance with 6A and winning that. It's just not the open that they will be kind of focusing their attention on, and they just have to be okay with that. I mean, they had a lot of changes this year. They had a lot of players out. They got a new head coach, you know, and that's okay. Sometimes your team has an off season, but then you come back stronger and with more knowledge of the game.
Third down for Liberty, 12 yards to go. Bruzon on 3rd and 12. He'll scramble, and he's done well to get all the way up, almost to the first down line. He's a yard shy.
Gain of 11. 4th and 2.
I think the offense is going to stay out there with 4 minutes to go, so maybe trying to put a final clamp on it. Bruzon, a keeper, and he's got more than enough for a first down.
Bruzon on the carry. Picks up 5 yards and a Liberty first down.
Approach the final couple minutes. Here the clock will tick, and Liberty will pretty much run this clock down to the ground. Shay, it's a tough one to swallow if you're Saro. We're going to get a chance to hear from Zach Hill here after the game, either live or on the post-game socials at Varsity Show on Twitter, the Instagram, it'll be there. We're also going to get a chance to talk to Coach Hill tomorrow morning, 8 to 10 a.m., the Varsity Sports Show, live at an Italian festival in Scottsdale. You'll be there. You'll get a chance to talk to Coach Hill twice. We'll also get a player of the game for the SaberCats after a tough loss tonight against the #2 team in the state of Arizona. That player of the game, J.C. Dickerson, had an exceptional side of the offensive stuff today, but JoJo Clark played both sides, played both well. Probably going to get a chance to see JoJo as Bruzon, a keeper around the edge, that pink sleeve, and now the Bruzon barreling his way inside the 10.
Tackled by Booz. First and goal from the 7.
First and goal from the 7 now. Bruzon got out of bounds, so the clock actually stops. And as Wilson goes backwards.
Morrison first there for the SaberCats.
So you giving player of the game to Clark?
Giving player of the game to Clark. I think that he's just had an overall pretty exceptional game, all things considered. I mean, we've said it multiple times, but Liberty is a tough team to beat. But I think they're really giving it their all, and they're doing what they can with their team.
The INT on the defensive side, a lot of great runs. Here's another one into the end zone. Lombardo walks in with 1:40 left. They make it a 30-3 ball game. And Liberty putting the hurting on the SaberCats. Shea's going to make her way down. Have a chance to catch up with Coach Hill after this one. Saguaro's going to fall to 4-4. Next week, a big one. Sal Point Catholic comes to Scottsdale. Elijah Rushing, a 5-star defensive end, and that really talented defensive line for South Point Catholic come in to play the SaberCats. It's 31-3 with 1:43 to go in the fourth quarter.
When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
The hottest show covering Arizona high school football, Varsity Live. Do you want to hear from players of the week and our own analysts covering all of varsity sports games? We bring you pre-game previews and post-game recaps every single Friday.
A 31-3 game after the extra point was good. It's lifted into the sky. Saguaro muff it, and it's in and out of the hands of Kyron Jones. Jones trying to escape the other direction and breaking a couple tackles. Lots of running for Kyron Jones to go all the way to the 22 on the left side. Four and 4 for Saguaro. You don't hear that often. This team went 7-3 last year after a 2-3 start. They won 2 weeks ago against Chaparral, 38-28. They're going to lose tonight. Outmatched in every phase of the game. But again, they can hang their hats slightly on the fact that they stood their ground better than most have this season against the Liberty Lions and Colin Thomas's group. Time for Bray, now feeling pressure. Mason unloads, tight coverage, and caught by the tight end Camden Siegel. Bray will keep it. Get around, and he fumbled the football. And I believe Liberty collected it, and they did. Just one of those games where the SaberCats couldn't cook anything up. Couple of kneel downs for the Lions, and they will close this one out. Shout out the camera crew tonight. Marianne Williams, Alex Harden, Malia McDonald. Our technical production staff of Sammy Rivera, Dorian Zavala. We're trying things, we're trying new things. We got the ref mic to get going tonight. My partner Shay Garrett, Ryan Sakura here tonight. Again, always glad we've brought you 7 of the 8 games of Saguaro SaberCat football this year. Couldn't make the trip out to California for the Sierra Canyon game. We'll have the next 2, South Point and Pinnacle, to close out the season. We might even be able to get you a couple of playoff games. We're working on the logistics for that one. We thank you if you've been with us all year long as the SaberCats fall to 4-4. Back to 500 for Saguaro Liberty, a machine. 7-1, their only loss to a team from California, Corona Centennial, a top 20, top 25 team in the country. The Lions are very much that as well. They are desperate for the destination game against Centennial in a couple of weeks. Number 1 and number 2 in the state of Arizona entering tonight. Well, Liberty, they proved their worth. A 31-3 win, your final score on Friday night from Peoria. The Liberty Lions improved to 7-1. The SaberCats of Saguaro are a 4-4 football team. Signing off from the West Valley on the Varsity Sports Show, Saguaro, number 13 in the state, fall yet again.